listen. One mic, extensions, I do look like expeditions on. Man, it's too loud, hear me in your city, cause when I start spitting too much drive, need some power steering, cruising to a better vision, y'all. Can you hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Mama, dirty the roads that I've traveled, but I'm on my way. Mama, trust all the steps on my journey, 'cause I'll be okay. I know it's gotta hurt when you know you could've had a president. Guess that I would rather be the man. Maybe one day I'll go back to school. Think I'm probably kidding, but I still mean it. They've been trying to school me, but I've been a genius. Caddy looking more like home since I made moves. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Money back, money back, money back. Make it like a money back, money back. God, I do the Maybach on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just with plastic. I said, babe, it's he said it's a them pretty. You look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back. Money back, money back, money back, yeah. Money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me. And I parked my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway. Looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. Money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids. And they all gang, so don't be talking sideways. He said you look like this. He makes sure he put Cardi down on his list. Now why this? Gonna look on my snap. I take a man and I won't give him back. I just walk into the booth and attack. I hit this button, the roof will collapse. I've been broke my whole life. I have no clue what to do with these racks. That be lay, waist snatch, back, straight back. Got lips like Angelina, belly truck tangerine, jumping on my. That's why they call it trampoline. Back on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just with plastic. I said, babe, it's a. He said it's a. Them pretty. You look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah. Money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I parked my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway. Looking like money back, 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 money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all gang, so don't be talking sideways. Salty, they sodium, they jelly, petroleum. Always talking in the background, don't never come to the podium. Chef Cardi B, I'm up. I see you at the again. While you was sleeping on me, I make 40 bands by 4 p.m. Baby, take it. Everything you want, I'm like a walking. I don't understand what this hate is about. How you go, your man, with my name in your mouth. I do the Maybach on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just with plastic. I say, babe, it's a. He said it's a. Them pretty. You look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah. Money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I parked my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway. Looking like
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. First carry for Nick Chubb. Oh, now he bowls him over. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Artie Burns, the cornerback, brings him down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. And they're on the tackle, Shaq Lawson.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football. But that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Well, they try the 50-yarder and miss it, and now this offense has it 1st and 10 at the 40. On play action, it's Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. They fake the give. Now Mahomes buying time to his left. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but they still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. And he fires one that's intercepted. Terrence Brooks with a pick. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Flushed out right. Looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down, Cook. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. It's a big play there for the Browns. 51 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
And as we've seen throughout this season, it's no picnic trying to score touchdowns against this unit. They're ranked #1 against the run. But it's also difficult because it's not easy to throw the ball against them either.
Mayfield on play action. Drops it off for Chubb. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and they're going to face a third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack is a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. His pass caught at the 4. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
He's going to get it running right. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Duke Johnson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have taken the early lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Cook following the penalty. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
first down, Mahomes. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. On the move to his left. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It's never a bad idea to try and get it to Antonio Brown, but there must be a little bit of the Madden curse going on for our cover athlete here. Hasn't been able to get that elite separation that we're used to seeing from him.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Here's Mayfield. They set up the screen to Chubb. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. 2nd down, Mayfield. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Third and long for Mayfield. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Nick Kwiatkowski, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. On 4th down, the Browns hand things over to the veteran Britton Colquitt to punt. Back deep for the Steelers, Antonio Brown. Taken right around the 44. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They go play action. Now Mahomes. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well, Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? He's going to look deep for Perriman. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. A big play that time for Cleveland. 55 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. Two minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Oh, how about this on first and goal? That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up second and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on second and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Perry, the return. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Mahomes now to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Cook. After the play, not a good sign. Dalvin Cook staying on the ground. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. First carry for James Conner. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Here we go now.
They go play action here on 1st down. Steps away. Now he'll throw deep left side. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Play fake. Mayfield. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Extra point up and through, and that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Perry, the return. Oh, twisting away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They go play fake. Mahomes. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Throw left side complete. It's Connor. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On second down, here's Mahomes. Forced out to his left. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And Gould Mayfield is able to put it through, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Mayfield on first down. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Final play of the half, Mayfield. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. You sure you're ready for the third quarter? Need to use a bathroom or anything? All right, cool. Let's go. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now here's Mahomes being chased out left. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Mahomes now on first down. Over the middle here to Brown. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's 30 yards now in the last 2 plays, back-to-back 15-yarders, and they're rolling. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Over the middle, that's caught by Miller. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one. Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. He may try and run for this. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. This will be caught at about the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 10 more there and another 1st down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
2nd and goal from the 1. They come out here in the I. They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. Now this time Mahomes will throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Jesse James, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Gold now out to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you know, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think at any moment I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. Mayfield now on 2nd down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Micah Kaiser was in on the tackle.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Mahomes to throw on second down. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack for Mahomes and company. To throw, it's Mahomes. He sets to fire deep. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. And the Browns getting set to go. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this 3rd quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Mack. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did I?
Yeah, anybody? And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Shaq Lawson in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Mayfield looks to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Mayfield on play action. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Shaq Lawson getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Mahomes now on 1st down. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And I think the Browns got it. They did.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, That puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's no doubt that this is a huge defensive series right here. They've got to hold them to a field goal attempt or less. Otherwise, this game just might be out of reach. Let's see if they can hunker down.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Cameron Hayward in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Mayfield off the play fake. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. As his guys are in for 6. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. He's going to launch this, and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent. And now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Following the interception, Mayfield. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Artie Burns, former first-rounder, there to break that one up.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To throw, Mayfield. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. There's Britton Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down. Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep down. And that's caught inside the 35. They get the tackle, Marcus Gilbert. Second-round pick back in 2011 out of Florida. They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold. Working from the gun, Mahomes dancing to his left. He's going to let it fly. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Give him 30 yards there.
And they just hit another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So without making excuses, you have to figure that this rain has had an impact now on both of his missed field goals.
It's one of those situations really difficult to practice for and tough to prepare yourself against. It's just a whole different animal kicking in the rain, and we've really seen him struggle.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Green 90.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And it's second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Ace, ace. Ace, ace. Slow.
Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes. Stepping up. He's going to keep it. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.